Initially conceived in 2014, the Life PoDerat project is aimed at conserving habitats and species in the Ponziane Islands that are of particular value and are threatened by alien invasive species. In particular, the objective was to protect some species of seabirds, such as the Scopolis shearwater and Yalkoan shearwater, seriously threatened by the predation of rats on chicks, and to preserve the typical habitats of the Mediterranean islands, present with important and significant patches just in the Ponziane Islands, put at risk by the presence of alien animal and plant species. To achieve this, the partners involved in the project, co-financed by the European Commission, have been planned and implemented 4 specific actions. Eradication of invasive alien species of animals, such as rats and goats in the islands of Ventotene and Palmarola, creation of biosecurity systems, functional once the eradication of rats has been achieved to prevent their reinvasion, eradication of the Hottentot fig, an alien invasive plant species from the islands of Ventotene, Santo Stefano and Palmarola, mitigation through a fence of the damage created by the grazing of mouflons to the whole oak forest on Zannone, one of the most important and extensive among those remaining on the Italian islands. After a long and capillary work, eradication of rats from Ventotene was obtained. It is without a doubt a remarkable achievement. Ventotene is the island in the world with the highest number of residents ever freed from rats. In Palmarola, on the other hand, in spite of an intense and costly work lasting 2 years, the intervention was not successful. Still, in Palmarola, the number of goats has been reduced by 50% in the southern zone of the island, the area most threatened by erosion and collapses. The eradication of Hottentot fig was meant to support rat eradication. The plant is a source of food for rats and nurture the recovery of native flora and vegetation in coastal habitats. Manual eradication was mainly adopted, and it led to a significant reduction in the presence of Hottentot fig from Ventotene and Palmarola. The evergreen Olm oak forest on the island of Zannone is one of the most important and extensive among those remaining on the Italian islands. Through a fence, the project wants to mitigate the damage created by the grazing of mouflons, which were introduced in Zannone in the 1920s. After a long preliminary work, the action is still being implemented. However, the executive project has been defined, and the fence could be realized in the near future. Once the eradication has been achieved, the creation of biosecurity systems in the port areas or landing of boats aims to prevent rats' reinvasion. The achievement of the project objectives led to an improvement of the conservation status of native species and habitats, and it also led to benefits for thousands of migratory birds that annually stand on the Ponziane Islands during migration, and for other groups of animals such as mollusks, arthropods and reptiles. Rat control and eradication also led to relevant benefits to the inhabitants and visitors of the Ponziane archipelago. Health risks decrease, damage to crops reduction and minor costs for rodent control activities are without question positive results that local populations, along with the tourists, have been able to witness firsthand. It would have been impossible to achieve this kind of goal without local populations, which have been informed and involved through constant communication and presence along the whole project time span. A long-term project, that has required the preparation and implementation of a number of very complex and different actions. Some of them will continue beyond the end of the project and will contribute, day after day, to improving the conservation of the Ponziani archipelago, to protect and preserve such a unique heritage in the world.